Motorhead Garage, the program that each week introduces you to and shows you how to install the latest in exciting and innovative products for your vehicle. Now here's your host, Dave Dobson.
Motorhead Garage is presented by DragonfireTools.com. This week we are hanging out at LazerCon. It's the annual convention for the folks at AP Lazer and their customers to come together and share ideas. One of the big attractions this year is the new fiber laser from AP Lazer. Now Tristan, in short, how is a fiber laser different from the CO2 lasers we've seen in the past from AP Lazer?
Absolutely. Well, the biggest benefit with the fiber laser is that you don't require any additional marking spray. So when you're in the automotive industry, you're dealing with a lot of metallic parts there. Dealing with something like a CO2 laser, you're going to need to add a marking spray such as Surmark or Brilliance, which is a compound that you would apply to the surface of the material before engraving. That's going to allow you to get different colors such as a black engraving. The benefit, in short, of this machine here is that you won't require any of that material there. So what that's going to do is it's going to increase the amount of throughput you have with creating your components and your parts, because you no longer have to worry about waiting for that spray to cure, as well as inconsistently applying that coating to it that could potentially cause issues with your engraving.
So this is particularly good for a business, someone who's doing a lot of parts, or maybe has an assembly line or something like that.
Absolutely. So a big thing, you might be doing a lot of branding. Maybe you're a race car company and you need to have your team's number on each one of your components so that you don't lose anything. Your tools that are in your toolbox. Everybody hates losing their 10 mil.
The open architecture of AP Lazer is another famous feature. It's unique to the industry, and it enables you to pass big objects. We've seen car hoods and doors go under the AP Lazer.
Absolutely.
How is that especially beneficial here on the fiber laser?
Certainly. So with the fiber laser, like I said, being able to mark metal components there, say, you might want to engrave your engine block or your valve covers. You could utilize this machine here to be able to pass the object through and then angle the machine in respect to the engraving surface of that object, rather than trying to manipulate some large, heavy industrial piece around. So a major benefit there, using these four easy level legs, we're able to tilt the machine there, and then obviously use the pass-through, saving you with ergonomics, saving you with time, and all around a lot of headache that you won't have to deal with.
Now Tristan, what are some of the accessories you're making at AP Lazer to make the job easier for folks that are using the fiber laser?
Absolutely, so that's a good question. This unit here is our tabletop rotary unit. It's essentially a unit based around throughput, so you'll be able to mass produce various parts. Something that's very beneficial with this, like we were talking about, would be your exhaust tips on the machine there. Say you have 8 tips to do on a race car there. You can load them all in at once, just like these tumblers are, place the tips within these grooves here, and then you would be able to use this rotary tool and its indexing functions to go around and engrave each of these tips all in one shot there, rather than spending a lot of time, especially in, like you mentioned previously, manufacturing settings where you're dealing with very high volume. Something like this, very practical, very beneficial to what you're doing.
That is slick. So what's next here?
Sure, so what we have here is our black extender rotary. This is a very common, iconic one for AP Lazer. It's your standard friction rotary that you got going on here with a clip, a stopper, your slave wheels and drive wheels here. This unit here is able to unlock, raise, and lower, as well as come all the way out here. This is perfect if you're doing longer pieces, maybe an entire exhaust pipe. So you're easily able to lay the piece right on top. This clip's removable, and then you're able to engrave around the object itself. So something like this, where you're doing a surface engraving, on here you're able to do full wraps around the part itself.
Cool, and for smaller parts here we have this.
Absolutely, so this is what we refer to as our jewelry rotary. Some people refer to it as the small chuck rotary here. This object is primarily for, like you said, very small, lightweight objects. It features a spring here that allows the jaws to open and also retract inwards, depending on how you would like to hold the part in place. And then as well, like any rotary tool, you're going to be using it to rotate and engrave around the object itself. Using a couple features here, you're not only restricted to circular objects, you could use it to engrave multiple sides of said object as well. So,
and quickly, last but not least,
Yeah, absolutely. So this here is our standard chuck rotary tool. So this is something similar to, your industrial lathes that you'd be used to, where you have the chuck fitting on the end here. With this tool here, there is a chuck key that you would place into here, which opens up these jaws. We do feature a couple different types of jaws, ones that expand outwards and bite the object from the inside, as well as some that bite the object from the outside, and some of our new chuck jigs here that are used to grab onto larger objects. So something like this, you would just open these jaws completely, expand the teeth, and then you would be able to fix the object onto the end and again utilize this to engrave and do full wraps onto your parts.
AP Lazer continues to lead the way. Now they're leading the way in fiber lasers and the accessories to go with them. You can find all of this and more at aplazer.com. And if you mention Motorhead Garage sent you, you'll get a special discount. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by Dragonfire Tools.com, so don't go anywhere.